Alright, we got Mommy Kitty. And we got El Pinko Nozo, the Sunshine Child. And then right over here we have, let's see, little baby Hot Fudge just ran over there. We got the amaryllis flower, known as a Christmas flower. We got waffle cone. We got root beer. And we got fruit stripe, the little fruit baby, fruit stripe. Well, anyway, there's cat poop, enriching the potting soil. And there's Hot Fudge. Hey, little Hot Fudge. Oh, you're baby Hot Fudge. Oh, you're baby Hot Fudge. Yeah, you got a chocolate nose. Well, anyway, here's my sago palm. I've had for about 2.5 years. I got it in early 2023. Here's the old platform that I put together in 2023. The idea is to elevate the pot or the planter several inches so that I can fit a cake pan underneath there for whenever I have this indoors in the winter. Now this is draining from a plastic tube. You can see there it's like a drain pipe. To channel it, it's like a downspout to direct the flow right in between those boards. So I got it aimed so it'll work with the cake pan that I put in there. That's why I got those two boards laying right there. This can be rolled around. It can be rolled out in the spring and stay outdoors. That's why I spray painted the wood so it does not let sunlight through there to age the wood. Like you see, this wood just gets gray and it gets brittle eventually and it cracks. Even outdoor pressure treated lumber, like this stuff over here. Oh, there's the little children. This is outdoor pressure treated lumber, and under the intensity of the sunlight, even it turns gray and it cracks and it gets brittle. Here's some of it here. So that's why I, hey Mommy Kitty, that's why I spray paint it. Now this black color is rubberized undercoating. It's basically spray rubber. It's very weatherproof. It's meant for underneath pickup trucks, so like road salt in the winter doesn't do damage to the vehicle. But it's black, the sunlight cannot get through it, and the rain cannot get through it. So it will weatherproof the wood, and then you can paint over it like I did here. So I believe this color is called Seaside. It's one of those colors you see for beach houses. It's one of those colors you see for beach houses in Florida and Alabama, and I'm sure maybe Louisiana. It's a very pretty color. Now I could have put another coat on there, but I got 2 coats of that rubberized undercoating on this wood right here. So I was working on this in late September. 2 coats of rubberized undercoating on there, which is good enough to protect it from the weather. And then to make it look prettier, I put on 1 coat of the Seaside Rust-Oleum brand of spray paint. And that'll help cover up these screws. Now some of these screws are outdoor decking screws, so they already are rust resistant, but I still covered them with paint so they look good. But you see the structure of this and what it's designed to do. So I got the plastic downspouts there. See the water dripping. I can see the way I design it here. There's the downspouts. They're just plastic pipe to aim the water. Now I can put on flexible tubing like this right over here, and then direct the water off the deck in the summer if I want to. But I can direct it into a catch pan, like an aluminum baking pan. I can set right there. I can even have the catch pan held in place with Velcro, but I don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to I just set it on there, and it's going to just stay on there with gravity. Although I could take some more wood and make a slot for it to go into, maybe. Well, anyway, so this is the first generation of the idea, and then this is the second generation of the idea. The first generation idea, it worked, but it was not as practical under as many circumstances or situations as the second generation idea. One 2x4 there would have handled the weight, but I didn't want things to move, and I wanted more surface area to attach the screws to. So that's why I doubled up these 2x4s there. It does give additional strength, but it makes sure that these don't tip over. That's the main thing. 4x4 post can be used, but I didn't have enough 4x4 length, and I bought the 2x4s and they were cheaper. And that works out adequate. This is only 1-inch thick board. I tested it. It is strong enough to hold my body weight standing or sitting exactly in the middle. So it handles this planter pot just fine, which weighs less than me because I picked it up and lifted it on there. So it works just fine. I can roll it around. I might put a handle, something on there so I can more easily pull it in and out of the house during the seasons. But this right here is a hibiscus flower. So yeah, these are just storage tubs from Walmart, 17-gallon storage buckets. They were about $10, and they're going to be strong enough. They just got to hold potting soil, and I'm using as planter pots because they're inexpensive. They are thinner plastic than a proper planter pot, but that's what makes them cheaper. I don't need the extra stronger strength because I built a frame to do this. This frame is going to be built anyway, just so I can roll these things around. And now after these plants outgrow this, what I might eventually do is I might build a greenhouse. I would like to eventually build this porch to be a greenhouse. Maybe extend the wood out here just a little bit more. But for the most part, what I want to do is build a planter box right here, extending out a few more feet. So I have at least 3 foot of width for soil. And I'm going to use probably concrete cinder blocks, and then bring the height equal up to the porch, and then bring it all the way around the back. Maybe extend the length of the porch just a few more feet, maybe about 4 or 5 feet, I don't know. on the deck, so I got more room, like for a patio, and then put the planter box back here, the height equal to the porch, and then the dimensions of the box will be such so that I have at least 3 foot of width for potting soil. To give the roots plenty of. Oh, there's El Pinko Nozo, the pinkest of all noses. He's the sunshine child. Oh, he's the little sunshine child. Well, anyway, because these planters are almost, well, what I'm using as planters are around 20 inches wide, almost 2 foot wide, but I want to have at least 3 foot of width for this planter box, maybe even 4 foot. And then what I want to do is the planter box will be built around the back porch to the height of the porch, at least 3, maybe even 4 foot of horizontal space for the roots to grow, I guess laterally, and for that, so that well, they'll have several feet of room to grow down, but just to grow out to the sides, I want at least 3 foot of room, maybe 4. Now after I build the planter box, which will be L-shaped, I want to build a frame and have build a greenhouse. But there are some polycarbonate panels, so it's polycarbonate plastic, but it kind of looks like that corrugated plastic like they make yard signs out of. Hey there, little baby. Hey there, little baby boy. And so it's got a hollow chamber in there, so it insulates. So I've seen this online, and actually some greenhouses locally use it in the town where I live, and then Tractor Supply uses it on their greenhouse. It's got some structural strength to it, so it'll keep the weather out, but the main thing is it converts sunlight into thermal energy, and then it will retain in the heat. My goal, if it's designed well, is to keep this porch above 40 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter. It would be nice if I would be able to keep it above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, so that way I can keep hibiscus plants out here in the planter box around the porch. So I have hibiscus and palm trees all year round. Now, what I found, there was a person on YouTube who had made a video. Now, he lives in North Carolina. I live in Indiana, but I live in Zone 6. And he showed his yard and his landscape. He's got a palm tree. I can't remember if it's a saw palmetto or some other palm tree, but it is a type of palm, you can notice by the leaves. And he has got it planted in his landscape, kind of like how somebody would landscape. Well, he landscaped the side of his house, and there's snow on the ground. There's at least 2 inches of snow on the ground. Looks more like 3 inches, but anyway, my point is there's snow on the ground, and this plant looks every bit as healthy as this cedar tree does right up there here in Indiana. So not all palm trees will handle that kind of cold weather, but some do, and he found some that did. As you can see back behind my house, there's a cedar tree. Those do well in the winter, and our winters, the coldest temperature I've experienced here while at this house is -14 Fahrenheit. There's a type of pine tree there. But now, when those cold hardy palm trees or palm plants are planted in a greenhouse, that will still keep them warmer than 10 degrees Fahrenheit, they should do well. And that's kind of how I want to landscape this. I want to put eventually an inch of sheet foam on the bottom of this deck, like on the floor of it, and then kind of insulate it at least here, and then the oh gosh, there's that loud vehicle. You can hear it in my video. They just pulled into this driveway with their vehicle. It's an SUV that they've modified to sound like a Mustang or something. That is not a Mustang in here, but it's an SUV. They like to be loud, and they like to drive around. Anyway, so with the polycarbonate panels converting sunlight into heat, and then it having a dead air gap to provide insulation, I'm expecting it to be good enough to have those kind of palm trees that the person talked about on YouTube here in here, because if it will handle this kind of cold weather like it did for him, but while at the same time having a greenhouse to help keep it warmer than this area would normally be, then they should survive. And my goal is have a door on here, so in the winter I can lay back here in a lounge chair and relax in what would look like a tropical environment. I'd probably remove these handrails, maybe. Yeah, and it'd be nice to run a couple electrical outlets so I can have some lights out here. And if I can keep it above 50 degrees Fahrenheit out here in the winter, that would be good. I can just vacation on my own porch. This porch is large enough to lay out on a lounge chair when I have it cleared off. But with palm trees all around here, it would make it look very nice and scenic. It'd be kind of like a patio, like a sunroom, and yeah, it'd be weatherproof, and I could just lay out here all year, just feel like I'm on vacation. I could have like a little small fountain right in here, maybe. I don't know. It depends on what I want to do. Maybe put in a fountain right there, and just turn this into a wall. This chimney, there's no stove in there. So, hey, little baby root beer. Yes. But yeah, I can just vacation here. I can go inside my house whenever I need to get something to eat. But I could just lounge around here, even in the winter, especially if I can keep it above 50 Fahrenheit. It gets down to around 50 at night sometimes in late September lately and early October, and these plants still look healthy. And they've been outside since May of this year, I believe it was. And they are still looking very healthy. So if I can keep, if I could build a greenhouse and keep this above 50 Fahrenheit, then I should be able to keep these plants all year round. And then so that person, after having their engine running for just a moment or two, they decided they didn't need to go anywhere. But anyway, my little children are out here in the backyard. There's root beer. where I live is the traffic capital of planet Earth. So we got, this is Waffle Cone. She makes rat squeak noises. Hey, Waffle Cone, hey, little baby. No, wait. Wait. I gotta look at the eyes. You gotta look at the eyes and the noses. Oh, I was wrong. I think it's Hot Fudge. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's Hot Fudge. Here is El Pinko Nozo, the Sunshine Child. Oh, he's a little baby. He's a little pink-nosed baby. So we got Hot Fudge, El Pinko Nozo. There's Mommy Kitty. Here's Waffle Cone. Yeah, her eyes. Hey, Waffle Cone. Yes, you're good, baby. Waffle Cone. And then we have Root Beer. He's a little monster truck. He's the largest of the fur children. And the way he kind of jumps up in the air, has like a distinct arc to it, just like a monster truck. Oh, he's Root Beer. And then we have Fruit Stripe. This is Fruit Stripe, the little fruit baby. Oh, yes. She was the first to get a name because she has an orange stripe of fur on the back of her head. That's why she's Fruit Stripe. Anyway, I need to start getting ready for work and get these little children in.